What's up everybody, welcome to another honest camera comparison video. Yeah, I have the devices. This is Vivo X90 Pro Plus and this is Oppo Find X6 Pro. I'm so sad to see that there are a lot of fake camera comparison videos and those videos are even getting a lot of views. Well, I not only have one Oppo Find X6 Pro, I actually have two Oppo Find X6 Pro. One of these is a review unit and another I have bought it by myself. I always want to share the truth with you, so I have tested two different Oppo Find X6 Pro to make sure that I'm providing you the correct information. Nothing but the truth. Well, it's time to start our camera comparison between Oppo Find X6 Pro and Vivo X90 Pro Plus. If you end up liking this video, then please don't forget to click on the like button and please subscribe to this channel. Support honest content. What's up everybody, welcome to another camera comparison video. Today I have Vivo X90 Pro Plus and Oppo Find X6 Pro. Well, let's check carefully which smartphone has rendered my skin tone correctly, which smartphone has rendered colors correctly, which smartphone has better stabilization, wider dynamic range, and which smartphone microphone has actually performed better. Check these carefully and make a comment in the comment section. Let me know which one do you prefer. OnePlus had this problem for a long time and now Oppo got the same problem. Well, a lot of people have asked me where do I live. I live in China and well, it's time to flip to the rear cameras. And one request before I start this camera comparison video. I had to do a lot of hard work. So if you find this video helpful, if you end up liking this video, then please don't forget to click on the like button and please subscribe to this channel. Support honest content. We have to agree that Vivo with Zeiss partnership has developed one of the best stock camera algorithm for indoor photography. In indoor environment, most of the Android smartphones fail to compete with Vivo. However, this Oppo Find X6 Pro with Hasselblad collaboration has not only fought well with Vivo X90 Pro Plus, in most of the occasions, Oppo has beaten Vivo with better white balance, better color tone mapping and more definition. Kudos to Oppo. Truly, this set of photos shows the overall performance of these two smartphones in indoor artificial light environment. After checking a lot of indoor photos, it is clear that detail level, shadow, exposure, dynamic range, these are almost similar. However, Oppo has natural white balance. Oppo Find X6 Pro has managed to deliver better color grading depending on ambient light. I have to agree, in some occasions, Oppo has increased contrast while Vivo has gone for brightness and that makes a difference. I have to be true to you, I really didn't expect this type of performance from Oppo. I thought Vivo would win by a mile, but it seems finally the Hasselblad collaboration and Murray Silicon X of Oppo has got the best blend. It has performed like a beast. It's time for low light photos. It's the real battle between these monsters. On the left, Oppo Find X6 Pro comes with Hasselblad collaboration and Murray Silicon X. On the right, Vivo X90 Pro Plus comes with Zeiss T-Star coated lens and V2 ISP.
Surprisingly, Oppo has gone for brighter photos with high shadows, while Vivo X90 Pro Plus has gone for contrasty low-light photos. I am actually shocked to see that Oppo has sharper textures. I have grabbed more than 100 photos, and after checking all the photos, I think most of the differences are preferential. It's true that Vivo as usual has done well, but Oppo Find X6 Pro with its magical performance has almost beaten Vivo X90 Pro Plus. As I have tried to take photos in very harsh and awful lighting conditions, sometimes Oppo Find X6 Pro has failed to balance between exposure and contrast. On the other hand, Vivo X90 Pro Plus has failed to neutralize white balance and sometimes saturated the photos. Sometimes Vivo has a bit better contrast and sharpness, sometimes Oppo has a bit better contrast and sharpness. In general, both have grabbed similar amount of detail, processed textures with clarity, and everything looks similar. Oppo Find X6 Pro with Hasselblad optimization and Murray Silicon X has answered well to Vivo's J-St star-coated lens and V2 ISP. I really like that Oppo Find X6 Pro has rendered colors that is true to life and feels more natural. A lot of things depends on personal preferences. Some people prefer brighter and vibrant images, while others prefer darker low-light photos which have the vibe of a night. Here in Hans Tech Talk, we care about 4 different aspects of a nighttime photo. Here we call it DENS: details, exposure, noise, and shadow. After checking a lot of low-light photos side by side, it's truly inconclusive. Both have done well from different point of views, but I think as this Find X6 Pro has just got released, it will get better through the future updates. X90 Pro Plus has a 64 megapixel sensor tagged to a 3.5 times zoom periscope lens, while Oppo Find X6 Pro has a Sony IMX890 50 megapixel sensor tagged to a 2.8 times zoom periscope lens. Photos taken in 3.5 times zoom are pretty much the same, not much of a difference in quality. Sometimes Oppo has more details with sharper textures, sometimes Vivo has more details with better shadow. Oppo has continued to process zoom photos with slightly warmer color temperature, while Vivo has a bit saturation and color tint. I'm not surprised to see that Oppo has done better in 5 to 10 times zoom range photos. But I'm actually surprised to see that sometimes the differences are like day and night. I didn't expect this. Oppo with Murray Silicon X and Sony IMX890 sensor has done way better. Check these pictures. Other than Oppo Find X6 Pro, no other smartphone could beat Vivo X90 Pro Plus in this scene. The more we zoom in, the better Oppo performs. Better exposure, wider dynamic range, faster processing, and sharper textures, along with amazing noise and grains removing algorithm. This is almost unbelievable performance. I think it's time that Vivo rethink about using a better sensor for their periscope zoom lens. I was truly interested in this comparison. Nighttime low-light ultra-wide photos. Oppo Find X6 Pro comes with a Sony IMX890 50 megapixel sensor, and Vivo X90 Pro Plus comes with a weaker Sony IMX598 48 megapixel sensor for ultra-wide photos. Oppo has slightly wider dynamic range, Vivo has a bit better focus metering. Well, after checking hundreds of low-light ultra-wide photos taken with these two devices, I can say without any hesitation, at a glance, ultra-wide performance of Find X6 Pro looks better than X90 Pro Plus. But if we do heavy nitpicking, then we will notice Vivo with J-St star-coated lens has slightly better contrast and less noise, while Oppo has brighter image with slight more shadows and grains. Both of these two smartphones comes with the same Sony IMX989 50 megapixel sensor. Vivo X90 Pro Plus has its own ISP V2. It has J-St star-coated lens, while Oppo has partnered with Hasselblad, and this Oppo Find X6 Pro comes with Murray Silicon X image processor. As Vivo has this option, I have selected J-St color filter on Vivo. The differences are mostly preferential, but there are a few things which actually puts X90 Pro Plus slightly ahead of Oppo. Saturation jumps back and forth, but after checking a lot of photos, Vivo has better almost perfect natural color tone, while colors on Oppo Find X6 Pro is sometimes a bit saturated. After cropping in, you can clearly see that number of details, sharpness and textures are quite similar. However, Oppo has added skin whitening beauty effect along with a bit of a skin smoothness, and Vivo has tried to give the photos a contrasty look. Vivo X90 Pro Plus definitely has better skin tone, but Oppo has faster focus metering along with better white balance. In terms of exposure, contrast and sharpness, both have done similarly well. Okay, it's time for my favorite segment, portrait photography. Both have grabbed similar type of details. However, I am amazed by the way Vivo has processed textures. X90 Pro Plus has sharper textures, while Oppo Find X6 Pro has continued to add beauty effect. Vivo X90 Pro Plus has a Sony IMX758 50MP sensor tagged to its 2x zoom telephoto lens. It's a dedicated portrait lens and super optimized for natural portrait. Oppo Find X6 Pro uses its 2.8x zoom periscope lens to take portrait photos. It's tagged to a flagship class Sony IMX890 50MP sensor. After checking a lot of photos side by side, Oppo has a bit better exposure, a bit wider dynamic range, color grading of both these smartphones are very similar, and sometimes jumps back and forth. In terms of edge detection, edge cutouts, separation between subject and background, both have performed very well. However, I prefer the natural bokeh effect of X90 Pro Plus. Considering that Vivo has less beauty effect and sharper textures, putting all the preferential things aside, I would select Vivo X90 Pro Plus over Oppo Find X6 Pro for portrait photography. I think I have to mention the same thing one more time. It's the same old story. Chinese brands are not that interested in true-to-life selfies with a lot of details. Almost all the brands are more interested to get better beauty effect with heavy processing rather than higher detail level. Anyway, I feel like Vivo has at least tried, because Vivo X90 Pro Plus's selfie performance is better than Vivo X80 Pro. But that doesn't mean selfie performance of Vivo X90 Pro Plus is better than Oppo Find X6 Pro. Rather, Find X6 Pro has slight more details and true-to-life skin tone. I will leave these to you. Check carefully and make a comment. Would you really go for beautification, or do you prefer natural skin tone with more details? Oppo Find X6 Pro is definitely better than Vivo X90 Pro Plus when it comes to selfie photos. Kudos to Oppo. Finally, let's check some main sensor daytime photos. Good news for fanboys of these two brands. This is a segment where both of these two devices have performed similarly well, and it's down to personal preferences. As mentioned at the beginning of this video, all the photos were taken in auto mode without any tweaking whatsoever. Both have rendered colors which looks natural, but due to different type of color temperature and different type of processing, Oppo Find X6 Pro photos looks cold, while Vivo X90 Pro Plus photos are a bit warm. Both have very good exposure, color rendition, brightness, highlights, and dynamic range. Sometimes Vivo has grabbed more details and sometimes Oppo has grabbed more details. I'm truly surprised to see that in some occasions there are more similarities than differences. I would say both these smartphones have done very good. Way better than what I have expected. Kudos to both the Oppo and Vivo for delivering super flagship class photos under bright daylight. I need to mention the day I have taken these photos. It was a haze day with a very harsh lighting condition. I have taken at least 30 daytime zoom photos, and I am not surprised to see that Oppo has done better than Vivo in 5 to 10 times zoom photos, especially in daytime. Oppo Find X6 Pro has done well, but as it has 2.8 times optical zoom, I thought Vivo X90 Pro Plus with its 2 times optical zoom would fail to compete with Oppo at 2.8 times zoom range. But Vivo with V2 ISP has proved again that a better sensor with better optimization can get a better result. But once we moved to 5 times to 10 times zoom range, Oppo has sharper textures with a higher detail level and wider dynamic range. Yes, through this video there are 2 things I have noticed. Murray Silicon X seems to be more optimized than V2 ISP, and Hasselblad collaboration is finally paying some dividend to Oppo. These video clips were recorded in 4K. To be specific, 4K 30 frames per second. Both of these smartphones records amazing 4K videos, super crisp videos with full of details, but Oppo Find X6 Pro has processed a bit more details and overall video quality of Oppo Find X6 Pro looks a bit better. Yeah, colors are sometimes a bit saturated on Vivo X90 Pro Plus and sometimes it took a while to fix exposure. I will let you watch through this video and you decide which one did better. Truly, the differences are nothing heavy and I am actually nitpicking. At the same time, I have also recorded some videos with other flagships and no other smartphones even came close to Vivo or Oppo. These video clips were recorded in 4K, to be specific 4K 30 frames per second. Both of these smartphones records good quality 4K videos in indoor environment. Crisp and clear videos with full of details, but Vivo has a bit better stabilization. If you check carefully, then you will notice Vivo has almost true to life color tone. Both have processed enormous details and overall video quality of both the devices are almost similar. However, based on personal preferences, you can go with any of these two. Colors are sometimes slightly saturated in Vivo, while highlights are slightly higher in Oppo. Okay, after watching through this video, what do you think? Which one has performed better? Oppo Find X6 Pro or Vivo X90 Pro Plus? Actually, one more time, I have to mention this. Vivo X90 Pro Plus got released almost 4 or 5 months ago and Vivo has already pushed a few updates and optimized its camera performance. But Oppo Find X6 Pro has just got released and definitely Oppo will push some updates in the future and will improvise the camera performance of this Oppo Find X6 Pro. So I think considering the price performance ratio and the probability that this one will get better in future, Oppo Find X6 Pro is the winner of this camera comparison video. And actually I am using a Oppo Find X6 Pro as my daily drive. So I would like to know what's your thought on this. Please don't forget to make a comment in the comment section below. And if you have enjoyed this video, then please don't forget to click on the like button. Go ahead, smash that like button and please subscribe to this channel. Support honest content.